Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today let's review Unusual Findings, another point-and-click adventure game. There are a lot of point-and-click adventure games coming out, and to me that's just great. It seems like some kind of a revival going on or a renaissance, but it's great. Point-and-click adventure games. I love those. And this one is set in the 80s of the last century, the time when I grew up. You play a group of teenagers, Vinny, Nick, and Tony, to uncover the truth behind an alien ship crashing in the nearby woods. So this game is sort of a mixture of Stranger Things and Maniac Mansion. The pixel art is very good. There's a lot of little animations going on. It's just a joy to look at the screens and see what's going on. It's very well designed, very colorful. I like it a lot. There's a lot of witty humor in the dialogue as well, and some great voice acting.
It sounds crazy, but I believe her. What are we waiting for?
This is too weird and getting way out of control.
Don't look at me. My plan for tonight was to watch naked girls on TV.
Also, I have to mention there's a great soundtrack, again inspired by the 80s of the last century. The game has loads and loads of cultural references of the decade. Again, a decade where I grew up, and it's really up my alley. So in classic point-and-click style, you send your group of teenagers around various locations in town and other areas, looking for items, interacting with funny characters, and helping them out. Now, the interface with the big wheel of icons, where you can select a talking icon or an examining icon or a touching icon or activating icon, is fairly large, and it can get in the way of walking around the screens because, again, it's somewhat larger, and there are some larger assets in the environments as well. So at times I was just walking around and the icon sort of popped up where I just wanted to walk around. Also, it's a little disappointing that in terms of gameplay, the game doesn't really capitalize on the different teenagers. I mean, Vinny does all the heavy lifting in this game, while scientist Nick and the other friend Tony pretty much are hanging back and just commenting here and there. It would be nice, much like in the classic Lucasfilm adventures, Maniac Mansion, Day of the Tentacle, where there were different characters that you had to use to solve a certain situation. That would have been nice, but alas. The puzzles aren't too difficult, I think. The overall goal, you need to follow up on that, is quite clear. In order to achieve that goal, you need to interact with these characters. Usually they have something that you need, and it's up to you to get it in your hands. But usually there is a certain situation that needs to be resolved first. There isn't an overload of objects to be found, so it's usually clear what you need to be looking for and what you need to be doing. There's also an option to highlight interactive bits in the environments, which is, in my opinion, very useful. It's one of those new things that were introduced to the genre that I really applaud. It's very good to know what bits in the environments are interactive, so there's a less of a chance to miss a certain item or miss something that you might have overlooked or something. The times that I did get stuck were when I was supposed to be interacting with a certain character again, thinking I already exhausted all the dialogue possibilities. So there is some repetition in the dialogue, and sometimes you need to re-engage with certain characters to get a different response from them, or a kind of a cutscene after you've done something else that needed to be done.
I've seen worse.
At other times, I might have missed an item here and there, but I looked it up with a walkthrough. It's already online, so there's no real reason to wander around for hours and hours not knowing what to do next. Overall, I think this is a very nice and well put together point-and-click adventure game. And it's really a testament that voice acting can add so much to a point-and-click game, and especially when the voice acting is as good as it is in this game. It's a very good time. I can wholeheartedly recommend this game, although it doesn't really break new grounds in the genre. But what can you do in this type of genre? I mean, the conventions are clear. You can't really deviate from them. It's still point and clicking. So you can't really fault the developers for that. Again, a very good point and click adventure game. Enjoyed it. I'll post a link in the description below. And thanks for watching. That's what I think. See you next time.
Then, the stun gas is going to leak, stunning the guard. Then we enter the room, put out the fire, and disarm the guard. Okay?
Sounds like a plan.